Welcome back to The Outsiders Show. I am your host, Dola. Last time, Sammy thought he had turned a nightmare into ash, but some things don't stay burned. Some things just get harder. This is episode 4, The Dummy's Revenge. Sammy didn't scream when he saw his skin turning to wood. He couldn't. His throat was already a hollow chamber of dry, polished oak. He sat on his bed, his joints locking into place, his eyes wide and unblinking. Then, the floorboards in the hallway began to groan. Thump, clack, thump, clack. The door creaked open. Standing in the doorway was Billy, but he wasn't the polished toy from the attic anymore. He was a scorched, blackened skeleton of wood. His suit was melted to his frame, and one of his blue glass eyes had cracked, glowing with an unnatural flickering orange light, like a coal that wouldn't go out. "You look stiff, Sammy," Billy rasped. His jaw didn't just click anymore. It unhinged, revealing a row of jagged, splintered wood teeth. "Don't worry. Being a puppet is easy. You just have to let someone else pull the strings." Billy didn't lung this time. He was a menace, a predator.
He paced around Sammy's bed, his charred fingers scraping against the wallpaper, leaving black streaks. He began to hum a distorted lullaby that made Sammy's ears ring with static. "The furnace was a nice touch," Billy whispered, leaning in so close that Sammy could smell the burnt varnish and old smoke. "But fire only hardens the wood. I'm stronger now, and I'm hungry for a real life." Billy reached into his scorched jacket and pulled out a long, rusted needle threaded with thick black fishing line. With a terrifying, jerky motion, he began to sew. He wasn't sewing fabric, he was sewing the air around Sammy. As the black thread looped through the air, Sammy felt his limbs move against his will. His wooden arm jerked upward, his legs kicked out. He was standing, but he wasn't the one walking. "Step 1, Billy chuckled, his cracked eye flashing. "We go to the kitchen. Mom is making pancakes. It would be a shame if the new Sammy had an accident with the stove." Sammy fought with every ounce of his remaining human spirit, but he was a passenger in a wooden shell. Billy walked behind him, twitching the invisible strings, guiding Sammy toward the door. As they reached the stairs, Sammy saw his reflection in the hallway mirror. His face was a mask of painted-on terror. Behind him, the charred skeletal dummy grinned, its reflection missing. "Smile, Sammy," Billy hissed, tugging a string that forced Sammy's wooden lips into a wide, painful grin. "We're going to have so much fun being you." They reached the bottom of the stairs. Sammy's mum was humming in the kitchen, oblivious. Sammy tried to shout, to warn her, but all that came out was Billy's voice, perfectly mimicked, coming from Sammy's own wooden throat. "Good morning, Mum. I feel like a whole new person today." Billy leaned over Sammy's shoulder, his charred face pressed against Sammy's ear. "And the best part? No one ever suspects the quiet ones." Billy reached for the basement door key hanging on the wall. He turned it in the lock and tossed it into the trash. "Now," Billy whispered, "let's see if your brother wants to play in the attic." The sound of a heavy door locking, followed by a chorus of tiny wooden laughs echoing from all corners of the house. "Sammy is still in there somewhere, but if you see him at school and his walk seems a little too stiff, or his smile stays a little too long, don't say hello." This has been The Outsiders Show. I am Dola. Be careful who you invite into your home. They might decide to stay forever. Good night.